Hey, you already know what time it is, man. I need you to like and subscribe. Listen, when you like, you showing the world that this is content that they need to hear. When you subscribe, you making people understand that this is not just a me thing, it's a we thing, baby. Like and subscribe. Let's go. What's the deal, y'all? How y'all living? How y'all doing? Welcome to my channel where we talk faith, music, culture with a little bit of comedy up in that thing, man. But listen, man, I just want to, talk about what's going on out here in these hip hop streets, man. You know what I'm saying? Specifically as it pertains to faith and hip hop meeting together. I think it's a whole wave and it's a whole movement right now of like faith and hip hop really becoming not as opposite or as mutually exclusive. You know what I'm saying? I think when you look at the origins of hip hop started off, in the Bronx, New York. It was the streets. It was the science of the gods and the earth, like the 5%ers. And that was kind of like the spirituality. Christianity or following Jesus in hip hop really wasn't like a acceptable thing, because the whole Jesus and church stuff was seen as like super geeky, southern, kind of behind. And what C.S. Lewis would call chronological snobbery, we think because we're so advanced and further along, we got computers and all types of stuff, that the Bible is like as old, as antiquated. And so hip hop really did not do a whole lot of meshing up with, Christian themes until you started hearing more Southern rappers and you started hearing some West Coast rappers whose family came from the South. You would start to hear those themes. So I remember for me within hip hop, I first started hearing, Tupac reference God a lot, you know what I mean? And I didn't know which God he was talking to, but he was saying God way more often. Only God can judge me, and God this, God that. So it kind of helped me think like it was okay to have a sense of belief in God. And then it was Scarface, and then Scarface would like do whole sermons, you know what I'm saying? Like prayers and songs and the whole nine. And that was like inspiring and intriguing. And then it was DMX, who was like, yo, full out, like I'm praying before these songs start. And mind you, there's a lot of reasons why people would not want to embrace Christianity, especially like Western American Christianity. So I understand that, and that's not what I'm here to promote. I'm not here promoting all of the presupposed, misunderstood ideals of that. That's not what I'm talking about. But as time moved forward, we see like things are really changing. You know what I'm saying? You had individual like Kanye West do Jesus Walks. And it's like, yo, my man's literally loud talking about Jesus. I look at like some of the artists like T-Bone or Ahmad from 4th Avenue Jones back in the day. Like they was going on the radio shows and they was rapping with the best of them, but then they would sprinkle in God and stuff like that. And that inspired me to where, I had my breakout moment at the BET Cypher. Yo, I'm talking about the Lord. And people had to recognize, like, he's really hip hop, but he's talking about God. Tupac, I wonder if if there's a heaven for a gangster. Concepts that the streets are not anti-God or anti-church. I think they're more anti-inauthenticity. So the fakeness is what, kind of makes folks in the streets back away. Because these are individuals who are willing to put it all on the line. These are individuals who are willing to risk it all for what they believe in, whether that's their gang or whether that's they clique or their crew. And so to come with an inauthentic faith is not appealing to them. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, are you really about what you're about? I remember when we started 116 back in the day, it was 116 clique. Like getting these tattoos was a big part of it, getting tattoos on our wrists and our arms, because in our mind, we come from that. So we were saying we are really about this new life in the Lord, you know what I mean? And I think that's why we were appealing to people, and that's why we could go to the prisons, because they knew these folks are serious about what they believe in and what they stand on. And I think that's what makes it appealing, to a Rod Wave or to a Derez Deshawn or to, any of the folks in the streets is like, yo, you really ride for this. And I'm giving some church clothes content away, but I had a conversation with J. Cole about this, but I'm not gonna tell you what happened in it. I'll let you listen to the song. But end of the day, man, I just feel like it's not as taboo. Like, I don't feel like you have to be afraid to walk through the ideas of Christ and Jesus. I think people have to be able to embrace nuance and complexity. And I think hip hop is doing some of that. I think that's what we're seeing a lot more of. And so, true story, I had a show in Texas at this event called South by Southwest. I'm at the show, and I'm up there doing this song with my man Thizzle called Fakin'. And faking is like, yo, y'all really be faking, talking about you shooting people, blah, 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 blah. And we really going in on like the fake culture. Now, this is not like a Christian event. This is like mainstream as it gets. So we go before like a lot of mainstream rappers. I remember the group that went on before us was like this crew from Chicago, straight gangsters, thugs out of Chicago. And they went on before us. And then we went on and did faking. And one of them ran up on me after the show and was like, yo, what's up with that stuff he was talking about? Like, he really tried to get at me. I'm being completely honest. It wasn't because I was just a tough guy. It wasn't because I was like, yo, I'll fight this dude, I'll take him out. It was 3 of them and 1 of me in that moment. It wasn't none of that that gave me this kind of confidence that I had. I had a confidence because I knew what I stood on. I knew what I believed in. I knew like, yo, the worst that could happen is you're gonna send me to meet God. And that's where I wanna be anyway. And so I was like, yo, man, if the shoe don't fit, you ain't gotta wear it. I'm talking about fake gangsters, is that you? But I'm not gonna change my message because I'm tired of the perpetrating and the faking. I'm tired of the negative influences on the younger generation. And I stood my ground and was saying like, yo, man, these are my principles, this is what I believe in. And they respected it. They did not like say, man, shut up, man. It was like, they was like, all right, I respect it. You really stand on the ground you stand on. And I think that's what people are looking for. They're looking for authenticity. And I think that's why we gravitate to street music from the streets, because there's a sense of authenticity. There's no need to fake and hide. It's like, look, we come from the ghetto, we broke, we poor. And so we need a gospel that speaks to the broken and the poor. We need a truth that speaks to the broken and the poor. We wear the flashy jewelry because we showing like, look, we came from nothing, now we got something. We just trying to enjoy this moment. So we need a message that articulates that you do have worth and value. All that to say is, man, authenticity is what people are looking for. And that's what I've always appreciated about hip hop. And I think that's why God or believers who are authentic will always be appealing to folks in the street. What's going on, y'all? Thank you for checking out my channel. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and ring the bell for the notifications. Also, check me out on social media. Name is spelled Lecrae.